Good morning, folks. It's 7:41 a.m. on the 30th day, 9th month, 2022. What I'm looking at here is what I have so far captured 200 frames of the man-made cane coming ashore as it impacted the United States of America. And it came in from the Gulf and got beamed up through here as all these kicked down. I wonder if I could slow this down. I bet I can. Right as it came ashore. Right, you'll watch. Right, it's out here, everything's real relaxed. There's not a huge amount of EMF other than right here. So ashore, this did not aim this way as all its momentum would have done. See the square here? It's a very unnatural signature in the center of this storm. And you could see now as I jumped up, these are 15-minute jumps. You can see a beam impacted toward this side, not in the center. If you hit the center, it would heat it up and the pressure would rise. Pressures went so low in some spots from the deployments that actually the ocean actually went out into the center circulation or other areas of circulation that are inside the storm. It's called a storm surge. It pulls up a bubble of water, and boy, was it very dramatic for people and very nerve-wracking when the ocean goes away, because when it goes away, it comes back, right? And pressure can do this. Now, as it comes up in, watch, it hit it again, squared it out, forced its direction of flow, this direction, nudge, boom, boom, nudge. The nudge move I show very often on other videos. Right, and it's just about to shore now. And it's not round, okay? It should be round. It's not. I'm sure they'll come up with a real big excuse, and now it is. Suddenly from that today, something was deployed, or the clouds were blown out with a deployment. And the time, if you go back to my videos, you'll see. If I'm lucky, I might can get this to load the 200 frames of it coming ashore too. Yeah, I got to get a boom thing. I can hear my sound pretty good with headphones on, but man, it sounds like gotta isolate it. Come on, marketplace. Now she comes in, right? They fire up, all of them. That one's beaming here. It's causing a corridor of less heated air through here, right through here. So I called landfall between here and here. I said between Charleston and Myrtle Beach, he's coming ashore. I mean, that's exactly where it's coming ashore. Because I read this. Now let's see what some more obvious beaming came on here. This would not be allowed north into Alabama. I mean Georgia, excuse me. Alabama's over here. Pulse there. Boop, boop. You see the radar rays themselves influencing the condensates of moisture, causing some to form or coalesce big enough to give a heavier reflection back, or a better reflection, as it will, indicative of heavier water moisture. There's a beam right there coming from Long Island. See how the wedge shape gets thicker as it goes out in a ray formation, or a piece of a circle, a segment. Yes, a segment. Squared out in Texas. Oh, that's a refresh. It's going to happen every that's a pain in the ass too. That's right, every 4 minutes it's going to refresh. So it came ashore, and they fired up, heated up. You had some isolated storms through here, I bet. Winds. But yeah, the corridor for it to go is the curveball, and it's doing a curveball. And I'll know by reading these last few images where it's going to go from there. You look for the heated outflows in the corridors of convection. Now some of this can spit in here, and it will. They left a corridor for the part of the storm to bump in. That's going to allow it to ride inland. Got to make space for it. This is a very wide one. Look how squared out it is. Just this one edge. I know part of the image is missing because the radar that's being used to show this composite piece is on. Its field of influence isn't shown that far. That's the last image I have. I don't know what's going on right here. Charlotte, you're fucked. I'll try to find better words for things, but that's the word I use. Because you are. This is a man-made storm. Geoengineering is quite real. Very, very, very real. And it's a conspiracy if you talk about it. I wanted me to show you how I say that? Okay, look. Robert Deutsch. I'm going to take this word out of the search. I was looking. Some people were saying stuff about my name, so I'm starting to look around. And it came up as that I'm a conspiracy theorist. I don't have this one. That's not me. This isn't me either. That's not me. There's a lot of Robert Deutsch. Oh, he's J.P. Morgan funds. So this is where it's coming from. There's some other guy that has something to do with money. And his name is Robert Deutsch, and this is him. And this is what we're talking about. That definitely ain't me. I got a lot more hair than that. But he's got a great name. I have to say that. You see this? See how you people don't fact check nothing? Right? You fact check nothing. Yeah. There's a Robert Deutsch, and he's got money. Huh. There you go. Why don't you fact check your shit, people? Wow, huh? Hey, dude. Stop hawking my name. He's probably saying the same thing. So, you know, well, I just thought that would be a little bit interesting. They got me listed as a conspiracy theorist. I couldn't believe it. Really. Conspiracy claims about the floods fall flat. Bullshit. Let's see. You want to see? I'm going to fact check the fact checker just for you right now. This is what they said. They didn't fall flat. I was correct, and I never made a claim of cloud seeding. I never called it a weather bomb. I call them chem bombs. They call them rain bombs. I am this man named Robert Deutsch. Messages from the underground. Yeah, way to go. Why are they shooting chem bombs off your coast? Because you let them, and they're doing it again today. GeoEngine. I've been there. Websites. I don't own a website. Yeah, Mr. At least he's doing it with respect. At the 6-minute and 32 mark, somebody's analyzing me. Hey, that's my middle name. You guys should put it over here, Mr. Robert Mark Deutsch. Get it right. Right? They analyze me. Somebody's like, block the fact checkers. You know, they come after us with misinformation. This is not cloud seeding. Cloud seeding clearly has to happen after geoengineering. But I'm just telling you, there's somebody else in it. He's a banker. He's got my name. Did you understand that? Have I cleared my name yet, or do you not believe that? Right, as we came ashore, let's get to where we want it. And pause. Right, the corridor, they left a gap here. This is where it's going to spread. The storm itself is going to spread, but the main circulation is going to come up this way. Uh-oh. There below West Virginia. West Virginia? You're going to cop it. Big time. Big time going to cop it. Gosh, every little thing I do on the desk now here. Bzz, 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 bzz. They're getting bzzed. And then when they shut that off, and she comes over Charlotte, and Bisco is going to cop it. A good engine shop there. Guy makes couches, and boy, can he put a cart engine together. And the longest muzzleloader I ever shot. That thing nearly put me on my back. Gotta live. There's your storm path. It's gonna split. Parts going this way. The main bit's going this way, and it's gonna spread the moisture out, so it's not gonna be a catastrophic flood. It shouldn't be. Most of the moisture is gonna peter out through here. So let's have a look at what is going on. While this one loads a different image, I'm gonna go with the visible shouldn't be showing much right now, so I'm gonna 200 clickies going, and let's document this coming ashore. 4 and 4 not there, and let's get this rolling. So there might be a little gap in the internet while this occurs. I'm gonna look and make sure we're rolling. Yeah. Finding my microphone volume too low. How about now? Is that better? I could turn it up. I also need to get a boom to bring it closer. It's the best I can do. That's full volume. Maybe you might want some low on volume. Okay? How about now? I could move it a little closer and I got nowhere to put my mouse. Okay, I'll get a microphone boom. If you want to continue to support my work so you have better quality of sound, you could do so at paypal.me/Robert Deutsch. And let's have a look at what's going on right now. That's paypal.me/Robert Deutsch. And I'll get a nice microphone boom, one that'll hold it in the air and not knock my teeth out. Yeah, the one I had kept falling. Yeah, I got a beam here, beam here, beam here. So the corridor of it coming out's here. It's all set up. Part of it's going to go up into Canada here. But by then it should be petered. But if they bring in this massey here that hits this massey here, you're going to have a big rain event through here. There's no way it's not going to happen. So let's go with the weather plan. And here is the plan of action for today. Dun dun dun, comes ashore. Hello, Charleston, man-made stormalina. Bzz, bzz, boom, 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 plume, plume, plume. Yeah, splits over Lake Marion, Savannah. You're beaming. You're going to be beaming. So I'm expecting a full-on pencil beam straight up, boom, little wedge like this to come up from here. Expecting it. Ocala. And that's moving up the coast quick. There's going to be a very quick inundation of the eastern seaboard as the split occurs. There's less momentum drag into this. This is now free to spin on its own. Here she comes, Chesapeake Bay, up through the mountains, all simultaneous. How dare they of it all, while they pump out the climate change commercials while you're stuck in the house. Domino's makes a fortune from the takeaway, Deliveroo, excellent Uber, right? And they're going to make a ton on this. Look at it as it goes over Long Island Sound. Look at this, Connecticut, New Haven, low-lying areas, Bridgeport, Darien, and right on that border. Yeah, I know it. That's stomping grounds, man. Bridgeport, Norwalk, South Norwalk, Stanford, all of this, you're going to get a really nastiness coming through. It is low. And if it hits at high tide, this is going to be bad. New York City, watch this. This is going to be a big storm coming over the top of you. Up, you got 48 hours. No, less than that. 36. So your totals, it's looking like for the next couple days is over the next 12 hours, most of it's out to sea. And then here she comes. She's bringing the rain on hard right across the I-95 and I-85 corridor, which is going to disrupt trade big time. And it's going to stress the infrastructure of the already crumbling infrastructures of bridges and roads that should have had money put on them rather than battleships and drones and droning-ons of people. And this is the flooding of the down east North Carolina, Sand Hills. My God, there's a university here, right? So those kids need to be safe. You guarantee there's going to be some shots of some boats hemmed up. But most of the come ashore damage is here. It's going to be down here. And I told you all the GTFO a while back. So I kick back, ride it out. Ride it out from a higher floor than the bottom. If you're near the shorelines. Some of these lakes might actually experience a little storm surge themselves if the winds get high enough when they come over. This is a big lake, the Lake Marion's one. And Lake Multi. Monk's Corner. Right through here. And they're showing some very heavy swath. So, that's a jointed one. This is where I go fishing. Yep, you told me. Around here. Rocks Pond. Stomping grounds. Yep. So you guys over the next 48 hours, not too good. Not too good at all. But when it's all said and done 5 days from now, you'll all gotten this much. According to this map, tide is going to play a big part of the coastal flooding of Connecticut, Long Island, and New York. They're all in full agreement. She's taking a curveball. They're throwing the googly, man. Hits the ground and takes a right or a left, depending on the moves. And the EMF has already decided where it's going to go. And I'm going to stick to my guns on that. Over to 5, yeah, this is bad. So it is going to do a petering out. I don't agree that it's staying there. I don't. Because as this flow comes back ashore and hits a breeze like that, it spins again. So that'll take that moisture up to here. And that'll be beyond 10 days. I know Scotland's fixing to get his smack. I have to show this real quick. That Scotland's fixing to catch the brunt of something big. Is the whole side of the country up there is very suddenly lit up. And we're getting no warning here at all. None. This is a lot. And this is going to be a flooding event for this area, and they're not telling anybody. So I'll be watching this very closely. Right, they're getting steady on 2.5 centimeters a day rain for quite a few days in a row. That when it starts, Fort William. Well, I'm going to peg this forecast. A little bow more. Sorry, that's a little private joke about the privates. Will they trigger the volcano with a big blast? Because there's been a lot of EMF. If they cool it down too quick when it's hot, then what does that do to a Pyrex? Right? What will you do to the Earth's mantle? Think these things. Very heavy over here over the next 3 days. Have it. Is any of it snow? Because that's important. They do a meltdown. Oh, we're going to get some snows across the U.S.? Yep, have some snow. Isn't that interesting? Dun, 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 winter wonderland. What did I say? Get a hot spot. This is where Yellowstone is. Yeah, let's just put some snow on top of it. That'll make some beautiful picture. The bison down there in the snow. Bison in the snow. What a shame how they treated that animal so disrespectfully. Right over the next 10 days, it says you're getting nothing snow-wise, other than New Zealand. Did you think you wouldn't get no rain? Boy, you can get some rain. You will get so much rain that the word rain is going to say, hey, what's the word for this happening? Yeah, there's rain, and then there's a geoengineered weather event. And that's what you're getting now. Over the next 24 hours or so, you're going to start seeing big falls through here. And here's the weather plan. And that's what I call it. This ain't a forecast. Everybody says, I just reading that. This is right now the weather plan. The forecast comes when I read the EMF like I just did. That's a forecast. Somebody asked, am I a fortune teller? I said, no, I ain't got no cards. I don't charge no money. And if you care to support my work, I hope it ain't too soft, but I can't lean forward any more than I am. You try sitting on old wooden stool chair. But I have fine coffee in my cup. Right? So heavy lightning storms coming across as this Lando King continues its circulatory squareness, nudges square, square turns around, bangs into that, moves it, bangs into that, moves it, the nudge move. Nudging the fudge. They're fudging the books, they're fudging your life, they're nudging the fudge. Bunch of fudge nudgers. You want to see the cam? Isn't it? I got it. No, I ain't got it loaded yet. Well, COD you called. Sorry, COD. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, we got the infrared up. So we should sector this. View sub-regional sectors. Right now, no, it's not enough. Regionals. Let's go regional. As we could see, the Pluminazis have been very busy pluming up your skies. Blooming, 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 bloom for you. Right, as she starts to come ashore, see the square? That's supposed to be an eye. Eye. That's the lion eye. And you can't hide that lion eye, nor these Kanban skies. You can't hide these lies from my eyes. Do. When chem bombs fly, they alter lives. When it's falling out. Boom, 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 went the plume. Got 4 of them here in a very geometric pattern. Right by this chime stamp here. Chem bomb there, and there. Boom, 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 went the plume, went the plume, went the plume. Continuing along, the nucleation of a storm. Now, how did that occur? This sudden blown out from a square. Watch this one. Just watch. What was that? The JJ cloud comes along. The TRP. Cloaked. Triangular craft. Closer in the atmosphere, higher up than the low deck. And then it boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Really, weather phenomena. Dee, weather phenomena. Dee. Chemtrails. Dee. Do you see the chemtrails? Open your eyes. Chemtrails are real. Chemtrails are real. Chemtrails are real. Just because you say they're not doesn't mean that's not a boom, boom, boom. So clouds moving in on the low deck, that's going to cause a lot of electrical potential to build up. And just add the bzzz. You got a heated crest flow up here. See how that's starting slowly circulating in that direction, or cyclonically. This is an anticyclone because it turns away from the rising sun. Look at the chem bomb fueling that. Look, chem bombs, they came and took away your natural skies. And every night I'm on a video saying, "Would you look at the guilt?" He cried. Boom, 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 when a plume off the coast. Have it, New York. We're supposed to advertise your fireworks shows, right? So we could get our lawn chairs out. Not this kind of fireworks show. We got to bring your lawn chair inside. You don't want to be breathing this fallout, but yet you can't hide from the sky. You can't. But you can have military-grade filtration systems if you want this to not harm the people in your house. If you are doing this, I imagine you would have to have that. And EMF-proof paints, which do exist out in the market. I think they got crushed shungites and other materials in them. They've been around a long time. I'm talking about them. There's insulations as well. You can put it in your roof. But if you take yourself away from all vibration and all frequency, where's your song from the universe? How are you going to talk to God? Because it's being altered by all this. It has to stop. We have to help ourselves. Look at that curve I'm pointing at. It's a chem bomb deployment over Virginia. Just a total toxification of the air. It's not going to be good for lungs at all. So I'm looking at so many chem deployments, I can't fathom them all at once. I'm going to be seeing them for a while when I rewatch this, because I'll record this data. Big spinner came in and boom, some moves this way. What's up with the squares? You know, how many squares in a rotation should you have? Well, unless it's the spin arc, none. Not in a natural system. With this hexagon underneath, that's a stop sign. Stop. Stop spraying the Gulf Stream. Stop spraying the dolphins out here. Stop it. It's beautiful animals out here. I've been out here to boats. It's beautiful. It's the closest it comes is here. And then it comes out. To be a critical desalinization point. You hear this crap from a movie that they tamper with the Gulf Stream. But bad things happening and they're tampering with the Gulf Stream. Okay? And the Gulf Stream is not for us to tamper with. That don't belong to us. That belongs to sea life. These chemtrails belong to us, right? Oh, it's moved. We'll go back to that frame. These chemtrails belong to us. These belong to us. We did this. We did this. We're doing this. This is us. What a shame. Okay, as this comes across, you can expect, like I said, rolls here, day or so later here, and near simultaneously the blasting of the moisture here, and the upcoming of one from here, in the super duper freak of storms. The super weak, super freaks, the weather freaky. They're freaking with the weather, man. And you know what else is really needs to be known about? Hashtag expose the 28th. As the string of storms continues to go across Australia in an incredibly long line, it's 1,000 miles long, inundated. You cannot go anywhere to get out of the way of this event. You can't. They could flood out and every car get ruined all at once. And all your ideas about I want this, I want that are out the window, and you're just going to want to get from A to B. Better get used to walking again, because I had you sitting on your couches long enough where your hips forgot what to do. You'll have what I called lockdown legs. Mine were real bad, and it took a lot of getting used to the walk again. Long distances. That's right. And as we get into Monday, my time, which is 6-8, I guess that's 6 o'clock. 7 a.m. my time. It would be 6 o'clock on Tuesday morning your time. Nah, that ain't right. Yeah, that would be well, that time it would be about 10 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night. Your time on Monday. You start to feel the impact of it in Vic. Now, excuse me, Vic is over here. You try getting everything right all the time. Yeah, I think I had it right. Now that's Southern Australia. That's the Sa. That's the Wa. That's the Sa. That's the C-U in the NT. That's the nut. Yep. That's the Nuswa. And that's the Kunu. Yep. That's Tassie, man. That'll always be Tassie. In New Zealand, you're on your own for this forecast. Let's get Nigel to do it. The one that threw me under the bus. Yeah, they got me listed as a conspiracy theory, and there is a banker called Robert Deutsch, and he hates me. He's bald. Hey, dude, I could loan you some of my hair next time they give me a cut. They'd pick it up off the floor. They'd have charged me by the kilo last time. They'd have made more. And as we get into Tuesday, 24 hours after this, here she comes, flooding down your street. And that's when you're really going to kick off. As this comes up here, and this meets here, and they shake hands, they're going to hug the whole thing and wring each other's clothes out. It's going to get bad. All through this corridor, the lightning, the flooding, the heavy falls will begin, and the accumulations will be high. And they'll be running. This is the Forrest Gump show, and it will be running. And the heavy line of storms that are going to go across New South Wales will be tornadic in nature. When I say tornadic, that means you see stuff like hail, downbursts of sudden winds that and do damage. Don't be filming out inside your conservatory when a big storm comes ashore, by the way, America, or you're going to become Darwin a Warwin idiot. Really, you got your kids standing over your shoulder there behind you, peeking. That might be the one that gets damaged. Just think about more than I want clicks, okay? I don't want clicks. I just want people to be safe. And I'm giving you now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-day warning. Right? They can't say the exact amounts. They don't know. Because we could do an average even and just say, what's the accumulation? And we'd go through all these and get a calculator out and say, gee, over the next 5 days, what everybody going to get and average it. Most of this is in between probably about 4 days in 4 and 7. So you're going to get a bit of a stall. And the storm's also going to stall a little bit as it hits the Carolina coast. It's going to hem up the chem. It's going to change the shape of the eye and bump its direction slightly north. That's something I was analyzing earlier. Pressure-wise, today is is, again, you can't go anywhere south. It's all side stream bubbles from here and up and over, which is going to tend to suck it in from the tropics, which has a lot of moisture in it. So that'll bring that in from here. The cold air is coming from here. The low dog was very low, and it's believe it's leaning this. It's over here. Yeah, because everything's leaning. And the block over here doesn't let this go anywhere but over the top of you as well, and it's being held in place by these. So that's going to stall. The stall that causes excess flooding, excess dissings of ease. Is your ease dissed? Then you are diseased. I'm going to slowly trickle terrain theory to you guys. Yeah, there's a reason you had Grandma's chicken soup. And I'll explain that one day. Oh my, that's not looking good pressures wise either. What are you getting on it by this day? Where is it at? High, EMF, high. So that's a bubble pinching off, bloop, and brings it inland. Causes a flow, because these will be spinning this direction, and this will spin this direction. So it kicks up. This will actually walk around, and these dance together. That's usually what happens. They do the bubble, they see it aided, dissipated, masticating. That's eating. And the trough opens up, and here comes the bubble up. My God. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, I see it. And the double high over known EMF emitting devices over here. Blenheim Spy Station. Look it up. Blenheim Spy Station. Blenheim, New Zealand Spy Station. Da-da-da-da. Bzz. Some activists popped the dome one day. Check it out. The activists came in and they popped the dome. And that's what's underneath it. Yeah, I stood at the gates of this place. They popped the dome, man. Why? Because they wanted to do it. And they did it. And that's an E-scat radar right behind it. And that makes a bzzz. Each one of these panels here, you can independently aim. It's big boy. Different layers of the atmosphere with different ones of these. Yeah, that's it. That's quite the object there. But what's going on with the pyramid? Yeah, that's doing it. Okay, what could we do? So they got a known device here that can do this. Okay, also don't tell me it can't be done. So there's a double high, well within reach of that. Yeah, I know about some things. I stood there. I've actually filmed that place. I went bzzz, and get chased out by a white truck, blacked out windows. You're coming out of the vineyards there. I was actually doing that in the car. I refused to give up. Kept coming back until I got the film on all. They wouldn't let us get to the harp field that's back there as well. They do have harp array back there. A real one. It's a real one, man. It's not that hard to build. You could build one in your yard. You could. I imagine it's against the law. You can make a mini one out of coat hangers. Old ones. I don't want us to have coat hangers anymore. Or they want us to have dirty clothes. Because those things, they ain't dependable. The plastic ones. What's going on in Africa? I want to have a quick peek. I was worried about that. Yep. The whole belt is getting it. 10 days worth of Cameroon, Nigeria, Guinea, Cote de, whatever, how is that day? Cote de Ghana. There's going to be the river of Ghana. There's going to be rising, the Rio de Ghana. Ethiopia flooding over there. Looks like most of this is going to occur. Pretty sustained rain, just steadily on and on and on and on and on and on and on. As long as the geoengineering sprays, they can ruin our days. Because this is off the coast of New York today. Oh, this was last night's image. Came in while I was asleep. With the chem bombs going off that I showed you in the videos. And this is this storm here with the square in the square's eyes. You know, look, this is not natural. We got one curve in a square. A radar ray. A segment. Or we're going to play baseball. Giants are going. Here's your Tartaria Giants are going to come play baseball. And it's big. From that Melbourne to the other, to Daytona Beach. From Orlando You get Hollywood stuff, don't you? Star formation, squares making stars. You with those stars in your eyes. No, it ain't. That's a chem bomb. That's chaff. You believe the chaff is a chem bomb. If it's got chemical coatings in it that can interact with the atmosphere to kind of say cloud nuclei, then that by technicality is a chemtrail with pollution in it. I'm not allowed to just go throw stuff out the window of my car. But they shred it up fine and throw it out. Have your recycling back in the air. Breathe it, have it, have it, have it. This is a dust storm. I'm fixing to impact the weather. That's dust. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. It never sleeps if it's rust. And now as I look over at the Cape Byron area, the easternmost point of Australia, mainland, I look at the chembomination of it all. Mount Warning, Central Eastern multiple use zone. Let's use the earth. Use it. It's right. That doesn't sound very nurturing. Should we use it? Here's some a V formation of chem. And one of those 1, 2, 3, 4s. See, you start to pick up the formations that you see happen. Everything ain't a microwave popcorn cloud. Yeah, they changed the method about a year ago. I noticed a difference. That's a different type one. That's going to make a flower of death. You could just have a pinwheel like a firework that spins around and spews. Control its rotational speed, and you can make a very distinct line. And you can move it a line. You can bring it up or down through the atmosphere. It's a balloon. The wooden bomb. Nah, man, it would be the bamboo bomb. Now, you bamboozled by your weathers in Stanthorpe through Lismore. You are a chem bombed it all. Breathe deeply. It won't be over soon. How's your asthma nation of Australia? As the chem bomb sickness mix blows ashore. Boy, does that blow. And it's falling out on my whales. I'm going to try not to get too upset because I see the name of somebody that did not succeed, but at least he tried. Guy Fawkes. You'll have to put his mask on. Act like it. Act like, what would he do? Would he just put a mask on and just look at himself in the mirror and say, yeah, I look cool. I'm an active fist. No, you're not. An active fist is out on the streets of Melbourne demanding their freedom. Active fists have been arrested. Active fists are still going to court because of lockdown rules that were a mandate, not a law, and strong arm enforced by the police officers who did not enforce the law. They enforced the rules of what their superior told them to do. But police powers granted are police powers used. Know that as well. Look like an angry face, don't it? Stop! That's the anguish that I feel inside right now, I think. Right, we got a lot of microwave clouds here. Got a big pulse on the corner here. Got Raleigh, bzzz, getting fried in Victor Harbor. Big old Wall Street clouds over the bay. Chembomination on the low deck. See the streamers? Streams, stealing your dreams. Oh my God, I can't wait. I went there. So let's have a look and see about the loopiness of it all. Goes to sat viewer and checks back to see if the video is running or stopped. Jerry McIntyre, seriously, what does he say? Ice storm in Texas. Is there really? Wait, remember that ice? Now, there was that one they made with this, that was a year or so back, and it was man-made, and they froze it down very quick. And then they portrayed a picture of somebody's leaking pipes coming straight down his look. But they froze something to death out on a wire, and then it hung it there. And you guys believe that it actually was walking along when it froze? You know, you got to fact check yourself. When you find that your name is a banker, and it isn't you, you should show this to people, because I have redeemed my name, and I'm going to do it repeatedly. Yeah, there is a banker called that. I don't think Schwab was talking about me. Being overheard. My God, you guys make some grand assumptions. I'm trying to decide which one I want to have. In for a gray state of it is. All right, let's get you guys rolling. I'll have a sip from my sippy cup. No, I use a real coffee cup. I'm a big boy destroyed now. So while that's loading, I'm going to go over here and have a peek around. Okay, I won't forget about you. Oh, you got a fire. That's a fire. Oh, man, they started burning you again. These are fires. Oh, man. That's a big fire. And this stuff getting whipped into the wind is not going to be healthy in the mix at all. This is going to be very toxic. This is going to form lots of different kinds of solvents. Because of the burning styrofoam installations and stuff, this is neighborhoods going up. That color's telling me that's neighborhoods. Oh, man. Let's get a different layer. No, try to add some layers, overlays. Now I'll have to prepare for that one. Okay, so we got to worry about fires as well now. Lots of smoke then over the top of you. That's going to be very toxic air, rocking and all that. Oh, you poor folks. Burning Man Festival comes to Straya. Chem bomb sickness mist goes over this indigenous protected area. It's so protected. That ain't protected. That's molested. That's different than protection. That's molested. That's hashtag exposed to 28 kind of material. See the wedge? See the chem bombs? Let's go have a look. A wedgie. Yep, you're getting a wedgie. So that's down here. 4 hours. I doubt it's on that image. That image is actually the 29th. Your new image should be this one. Not quite in yet. Not quite happening. This is today. This is this here. Verified on live imagery. You have it live. The whole chembomination of it all. Here it is. Straya having it. Whether it likes it or not. Boom, 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 bada boom, boom, boom. Boom, bada boom, boom, boom. That's how they spend the day away while you're living in the land of Oz. Pull back the curtain, show the man pulling the levers and strings. It's all a shit show for your eyes. Look at this crap. It's a battle for your mind. There is Yutla. My God, that's sickness mix all day long. All day long. Let's let this clear up. Boom, boom, boom. Down here. Just starting to enter into the picture here. Sickness mix. All the animals I dearly miss. Dropping dead, unknown. Underneath this mist. What a shame. How much of an extinction is going on in the ocean, falling on the ocean floor, we never know about. And for some dragnets to do some revealing other than the damage those do. You love your scallops? Wait, they're ruining the ocean when the way they're catching them. So that needs to be seriously looked at. Or a serious rethink of your diet needs to go on. Boom, 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 boom. Here. Booming, pluming. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chem bombs headed toward the Esperance. Chem bombs headed up your nose. Chem bombs getting on all the stuff in your garden that you grow. Chem bombs suck. Chem bombs in the air. Chem bombs going from here to here in a triangle formation. Chem bombs coming from the skies. Chem bomb floaties in your eyes. Chem bomb busting up your skin. Make me feel itchy. I can't stand it again. I had to stay inside all day again because the toxic rain is going to be the new lockdown. I do fear this sometimes. They're going to tell you, okay, here comes a batch of something really bad is going on. No, blah, 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 blah did something. They did this to Charlottesville. Again, gold. There's gold. 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 There is, isn't it? That's not a quasar. Quasar. No, this is a chem bomb. This is a square going by. It's not a round rotating storm. If you think that's round rotating storm, where the hell were you in school? Jerking off in the bathroom? Or whatever. Strumming on the old banjo over there in band practice? What you read? Well, you better read this well. You see this triangle of chem bombs here inside a square each? That's man-made weather. This is geoengineering. Yep. Which requires an architect. Which requires planning, funding, and money. Because architects don't work for free. And the mad scientist always wants to hit it up. You know, there's always somebody. In all the movies, it's nefarious too. The hiding of their own guilt. They'll kill you all because they're so freaking important. They're so narcissistic, psychopathic. Scumbags. The scumbaggery of it all. Or a waste of a cumbag, scumbags. That's that kind of thing. What a shame. And where do you stop? 1, 2, 3, 4 here in an arc. They got their arc. They didn't tell you to get yours, did they? I did. This would have been a good year to have one. I'll tell you that. You wouldn't decide where it was. Well, we'll play moving roulette. Everybody get in the arc. It's going to decide. Yeah, we'll start over here in Northern Rivers and end up who knows where. You might end up out in the ocean. Oh, you get in the Pineapple Express and you end up over the coast of the United States, but not quite, as you get geoed away along the way. What a shame. As you would have to breathe all this along the way. How dare they ruin my dreams on this yacht? Yeah, well, you're ruining my dreams, because I can't sleep at night knowing about this stuff. Now that's ruining my dreams. This is not my dream of a toxin-free world unfolding before my eyes. This is not me noticing a better world being left for my grandson than was left for me. Is it the better world than was left for you? Has the giving up everything for you that your parents did and their parents did for them yielded this better world? No, it has not. The military-industrial complex has marched on and on and on like Dwight Eisenhower warned us about. And a pharma complex that makes you sick owns stock in the military-industrial complex. That's the biggest conflict of interest that any monopoly law should surely antitrust, for sure, because I have no trust in that system anymore. That is now sickening people over this beautiful nation, and this is headed this way toward my whales. And this is where they are. This is Bubby Land, man. This is where the clownfish are. This is the Great Barrier Reef. Now we'll take a look at the largest living organism on the planet. And it's been chem-bombed on the low deck. Yeah? See? See the formations? That's not just a fog. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a geometric pattern. It's not fog, man. It's chemicals. Chemical gas clouds. Catalysts. This is toxic air. And if you don't believe so, well, that's okay. It could kill you anyhow. It's a good thing I believe it. Because I'm going to fight for you anyhow. I would drag a burning person out of a house and not ask them what their character was. Would you? You find that out later. I would just help. And right now I'm trying to help. Alright, I'm getting disgusted. That was your forecast. That's what's coming. Again, the cop is zone.